friends, welcome back. For today, I thought it would be a great topic to discuss how things were different between each child. So we have two kids right now. Both have been um, breastfed, sometimes bottles here and there, but it is breast milk, but almost exclusively breastfed. And I thought it would be great to talk about the differences between our our first one versus our second in regards to just like the timeline. Um, the timeline didn't change from like the pediatrician's recommendation. It was just how we implemented it, and how different it is from one child to the next, and just like some of the challenges that I felt as we were going through it. So with our first, right around the 6 month mark was when we started introducing foods, and definitely took more of a methodical. I say methodical. When I say methodical, it was more of more around the idea of that we would pick one food and we would kind of do that food every single day for the full week. And with our first, we did like part purees, like homemade purees. We did vegetables first. Got that recommendation from my sister-in-law, and we did partial baby-led weaning. And so at the beginning, and I don't know why, I don't know if everyone has felt this way, but it was such a challenge for me to be okay with like needing to put him in the high chair multiple times a day. Like it just felt like such a mental burden of something more to clean, something more to do. We had like these long sleeve bib smocks that we would put on him, and then it was just the between needing to clean the high chair and then also clean the smock every single time. It just felt so overwhelming. It felt like so much. So we were only giving him solids like once a day for a while, just because like that was just what I could, and then sometimes it'd be two. It was just really like based on how I felt. And what I was capable of. And then, eventually after a couple months, it came to like 2-3 times a day. But it was a very slow progression. And when I say part baby-led weaning, part purees, we were making our own purees. And we were also partially doing baby-led weaning depending on the food that we have. But we liked doing the purees because we froze small chunks in like ice cube trays. So we were able to like pull those out, defrost them. My son was also being watched by my mom, so it was easy to like pop those into a container and send that with him if she wanted to give him anything for that day. And I had a lot of extra breast milk, so it was great to just like throw in some of the extra breast milk into those purees as well. And then part of the baby-led weaning was that we would like preload the spoon, and then we would hand it to him, and then he would like bring it to his mouth. But again, it felt like such a mental challenge for me to get to the point of feeling okay with him getting super messy, and just being okay with I'm going to need to clean everything, like all this up afterwards. So it's a very, very slow progression to go from once a day to twice a day. And then eventually, slowly but surely up to like 3 times a day. I think the other big thing that we really focused on was minimal to no salt, which I know is a big thing, a big recommendation. If we did, we really tried, we really like focused on like no salt, because we took out the heart, which will come up here in a moment for how things have changed. But yeah, those were like the main things. And I was in some Facebook groups and learning different meal ideas or things to make that were also safe, and how to cut it, and just how to present the food, so that he could learn how to eat, and what does choking look like versus gagging and stuff like that. So now with our second one, she is currently 8 months old, and it was just a night and day difference. We actually didn't do the only purees that we've done with her so far are prunes, and that's because she started getting really backed up, constipated, and so we were like, oh yeah, we forgot. We did that with Christopher when he started having food with our first, and so we realized we need to consistently be giving her a little bit of prunes as her body is learning how to digest the food. Otherwise, we've done like no purees, none whatsoever. We did still do vegetables, but again, just cutting them, sticking them in the oven, a little drizzle of olive oil, which again, there are mixed reviews on using olive oil with babies or whatnot, but that is what we do. Everything is well and everything is great. She is super healthy. She loves the food. And because we already have our son, I already had worked through those mental challenges of needing to like clean, do all these extra things. And so by the time she was eating, our oldest son is already like in a separate chair. He's not wearing a bib anymore. Wasn't in the high chair. So it was really easy to just like have the high chair still there, bring it back out, and just get into the routine. So she like quickly kicked off eating like multiple times a day, where he didn't get that because I needed that transition period. Also, she was mostly baby-led weaning, and I say baby-led weaning because I feel like that's what we closely associate to. I'm still in some of those Facebook groups where we'll just chop everything, stick it in them, get it really soft, and then we give it to her, and she figures out what to getting it to her mouth, and she loves the food. And it is crazy how quickly she has taken to having multiple meals a day and just really enjoys it. We did also do vegetables to start. We really wanted to make a point that we have been introducing more fruits here. There is like one small thing, like for some of the fruits, instead of cutting it up to a bunch of pieces or whatnot, we do have like one or two of those like little teethers, kind of like a little sack where you can stick some food in there, and then they have to mush it to like get it through, to like get the taste. So like yesterday we did clementines, so instead of like chopping those up or anything, we just stuck them in there so that she can mush it down and get all the liquid. And we just always knew we wanted to do vegetables, start introducing meat and nuts. Like, I know nuts are very important. We put peanut butter on quite a few things, like peanut butter toast, like Edge's sourdough, peanut butter and bananas, peanut butter and pancakes. And back to the salt thing, like there's a little bit of salt in the pancakes. We make our own pancakes, make our own pancake mix, and so that we didn't do previously. Again, like the bread, again, there's salt in there, and we're just way more flexible this time around in regards to like the amount of salt. Like we made a batch of soup the other day and used chicken bouillon cubes, and it's like, well, it's such a large pot, like she'll be okay. And even eating out, like the few times we've eaten out, it's with our first one, we probably didn't really give him anything or just like toast or something, but with her it's like whatever, however they cook it, we're just giving it to her that way and chopping it up in the right way so that she's not, she can handle the food properly and eat that with us. And yeah, she's just taken into it so much faster, and that's because like I said, I was just in a different mind space and I had to work through things. So I'm just curious if other women, other parents out there, if you have also experienced this, where with your first one it felt like such a slow progression, and with your second one it was so quick. And with our second one, Eleanor, it has felt so quick as well, because at the same time, like the past couple weeks, she's really changed the amount that she's breastfeeding, which is very new to me. I didn't experience that, where she has significantly decreased the amount to the point where like I called the pediatrician's office just to make sure, like, hey, like, is she healthy to do this? Like, and to only be, nursing 3-4 times a day. She's having 2-3 meals, most of the time 3 meals. She loves snacking on Cheerios, and yeah, they said everything was good. Like, if she continued to drop, nursing sessions at that point, like, then you would want to cut back on the food to make sure that, hey, like, she is still getting some breast milk. But at her age, like, the ounces can be less, even though I don't know the exact amount that she's having because she's nursing, but um, it does decrease as they get older. So there weren't concerns, and she's having enough diapers and whatnot throughout the day, so they were not very concerned. But I was just more so looking for the reassurance because I knew she was healthy, I know she's having enough diapers, but it's the hey, like, is it okay that she really loves the food? And I'm wondering if my son would have taken to that if I was able to get him into it that much faster, but I would not have been okay mentally. So I needed that slow progression. So would love to hear from you all if that has been your experience. Those of you with 2 kids, with 1 kid, like, was it a slow progression? Did you quickly progress, to 3 meals a day? Just start that right away at 6 months. I know I have some friends that started giving their babies food at like 4 months just because of the size and how hungry and how much they needed. So please share. I am hoping that I can find other mamas out there who have similar different experiences, or hopefully this can help you not feel alone with what you may be going through in your season of life. But thank you for listening, and I will be talking to you guys next time.